Hi children, how are you? Welcome to Anshu's library. Today's topic is cell structure and function. So let's start the class. So this is a brief introduction about the cell. So first of all, Robert Hooke in the year 1665 observed slices of cork under a simple magnifying device. So we know that cork is a part of the bark of a tree. So we know that bark is the outer part of tree. So he noticed boxes or compartments in the cork slice, and these boxes actually appeared like a honeycomb, and he coined the term cells for each box. And he observed as boxes or cells in the cork were actually dead cells. So what Hooke observed as boxes or cells in the cork are actually dead cells. So the cells of living organisms could be observed only after the discovery of improved microscope. So this is an just introduction about the cell, and coming to the structure. So both bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms are basic structural units. Just look at the comparison. Bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms, both are basic structural units. There are millions of living organisms, and each and every organism having different shapes and exhibits different shapes and sizes. Their organs also vary in shape, size, and number of cells. Just let's start the study about them. First of all, number of cells. Human body has trillions of cells which vary in shape and sizes. Different group of cells which perform a variety of functions, and organisms made of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. So organisms which made of more than one cell, it means multicellular. Multi means many, cellular means cell, organisms. And coming to the single celled organisms which made up of single cell, unicellular, single celled organisms or unicellular organisms. Uni means one, cellular means cell. And just look at the example of unicellular organisms. The best example, amoeba. Amoeba is a single celled organism which captures and digests food, respires, excretes, grow, and reproduces. So similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by group of cells. So in amoeba, it is a single cell which perform all these activities, and in coming to the multicellular organisms, all these activities are carried out by group of specialized cells. These cells forming a tissues, forming in different tissues, and these tissues in turn forms organs. And coming to the shape of cells, generally cells are round, spherical, or elongated in shape. Some cells are long and pointed at both ends. They exhibit a spindle shape. Cells sometimes quite long. Some are branched like the nerve cells or a neuron. So just look at the function of nerve cells. The nerve cells receive and transfer messages, thereby helping to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. So this is the function of nerve cells, which receives and transfer messages. And these are some of the shapes of cells. Just look at. So this is the spherical shape. Example, red blood cells. And coming to the spindle shapes, just look at the ends or pointed ends, muscle cells. And coming to the elongated shape, actually elongated and branched, example, nerve cells. So these are few shapes of cells. And then the shape of the amoeba appears irregular. Actually amoeba has no definite shape, so it keeps on changing its shape. These are called pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet. The change in shape is due to the formation of pseudopodia, which facilitates movement and helps in capturing food. So whatever the shape of the amoeba is irregular. And then size of the cell. The smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 mm in bacteria. And coming to the largest cell measuring 170 mm into 130 mm is the egg of an ostrich. So the smallest cell in bacteria, the largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. The size of the cell has no relation with the size of the body of the animal. So the size has no relation with the size of the body of the animal or plant. And then function of cells. Each organ in the system performs different functions such as digestion, assimilation and absorption. Similarly, different organs of plant performs specialized functions. So, Pehli realized that an organ is made up of tissues which in turn made up of cells. So, what Pehli realized? The organ is made up of tissues. The tissue which is made up of cells, and the cell is a basic structural unit in all living organisms. And then coming to the parts of the cells. What are the basic components of a cell? Or cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. So these are the basic component of a cell. Cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane. So it means the cell membrane is the outermost layer, also called as cell membrane, also called as plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is porous. Porous means which allows the movement of substance or materials both inwards and outwards. And then just look at the image of the cell. So we know that. So this is the cell membrane. And this jelly-like substance is called as cytoplasm. And the center of the cell, there is a nucleus. So actually the nucleus is in spherical shape. And in plant cells, there is a one more layer that is called as cell wall. That is called as cell wall. And these are vacuoles. These vacuoles, and there are so many organelles which are present in cytoplasm. These organelles, there are so many organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, Golgi bodies which are all present in cytoplasm. So whatever, this is the basic structure of the cell. And then in addition to the cell membrane, I already told you, in addition to the cell membrane, there is an outer thick layer in cells of plants called cell wall. This cell wall is absent in animals. Plant cells need protection against variation in temperature, high wind speed, atmospheric moisture. They are exposed to these variation because they cannot move. So for the protection, there is a outer thick layer that is called cell wall. And coming to the cytoplasm, it is the jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. So the substance which is present between the cell membrane and nucleus is called cytoplasm. Various other components or organelles of cells are present in the cytoplasm, which includes mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes. These organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. So we will discuss in coming classes about these organelles. And coming to the last one, nucleus. It is an important component of the living cell. It is generally spherical in shape and located in the center of the cell. It can be stained and seen very easily with the help of microscope. And nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane called the nuclear membrane. So just look at this. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane called the nuclear membrane. This membrane is also porous. Porous means which allows the movement of substance or materials from cytoplasm inwards and outwards, means between the cytoplasm and inside of the nucleus. And then the entire content of a living cell is known as protoplasm. The entire content of a living cell is known as protoplasm. Protoplasm includes cytoplasm and the nucleus. Protoplasm is called the living substance of the cell. Very important. Protoplasm is called the living substance of the cell, which includes cytoplasm and the nucleus. So this is the basic structure and function of the cell. Thank you. I hope you understand this class. If you want to see more videos in my channel, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.